Okay, let me make sure this camera's on. Sure is. So, got another quick update of the white truck, 9573. T4 kit is done. Like I said, I'm terrible at. I see the traffic on these videos, and people seem to be interested in this homemade T4 setup I have on my powerstroke. So I figured I'd throw another quick video up of it done. I know I should have gave you guys a video of the up pipe install and mounting the turbo and stuff, but that stuff's pretty straightforward. Really the only thing that was a pain in the neck was where on the driver's side, where the up pipe goes down to the manifold, it is tight. It is like, looks like you're not going to be able to get the up pipe, you know, because I built it like an irate system, so the two up pipes and the pedestal that the turbo mounts to, it's all one piece. So you have to, like, what we did is slide passenger side in, slide that side in, and then we actually had to beat the driver's side down in there. But the problem is there's a tight bend, and if you guys look, hold on, I got an up pipe right here, I can show you guys too. If you look, this is driver's side up pipe. In fact, this is the factory one that came off my truck. See how it's got a flat spot to it? It comes like this, it's super, see how it's really kinked right there? Because it has to be. So, driver's side is a pain in the neck to get down in. I used a pry bar from down low, kind of moved the motor away from the cab, and my buddy was able to get it down in there and place it. Obviously, you got to put your T4 plate on there first, like the actual T4 plate, and then obviously your turbo mount and everything bolts to that. So this is it done. These are steel Super Duty intercooler pipes that I made work. I had to make a piece there, and I turned my 2-inch Y pipe. I was gonna do plenums. I had I don't know if they're irate plenums. They're some sort of aftermarket plenum. They're right here. I had these. Was gonna do them. They're 3-inch. I blocked off. I actually drilled and tapped the holes you don't need on the early motors. This is a 95 motor, so it's an early motor. So you don't need these two holes. So I tapped them, and I cut up some thread and put them in there with some red Loctite so they never come out. Kind of like sealing them off. But anyways, I didn't, for time's sake, I didn't want to do it, so I just stuck with the 2-inch plenums. Here, let me make sure my dog Hank's. This is Hank. Hey. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? Tearing stuff up, Hanky? Anyways, that's the shop dog, 3-month-old purebred bloodhound. So anyways, for time's sake, I didn't use 3-inch plenums. I didn't want to go through and have to seal the 3-inch ones in, blah, blah, blah. So I made the Y pipe work. So I'll get up here and I'll show you what's going on. So, MIG welded, obviously, you know, kind of like tack welded. I just ovaled some 3-inch, you know, kind of pie cut it. Same thing, spun that piece around when it was pie cut, spun that around, tack welded that on there, and then this is 3-inch. It's circular here, but I didn't, like I said, oval it, but it came out really good. So don't mind if you see the oil residue here, you see it all over here. I actually have you can see down in there, the high pressure oil pump line. These are the old, I forget what brand, stainless diesel or something made these out of this style, like hydraulic flexible hose, and they weep at the where they get clamped, or where they get pinched, whatever you want to call it, pressed, that's the word I'm looking for, where they get pressed, they leak at these fittings. That one doesn't leak, it's down in here on the other side of that fitting that leaks. Anyhow, 444 Fab fuel system, I think I told you guys that before. Like I said, built the Y, made it work, and just took a wire brush and cleaned these pipes up. I had to modify this a little to make it work. And actually this intercooler pipe is flipped upside down. So this one is actually supposed to run under the power steering pump and up here, then here. But the way it fit a lot better like this, so that's just how I did it. Billet VS Racing billet wheel, s366, 73 exhaust turbine wheel, 9-1 housing. And you don't have to buy a clamp, just find somebody with a Super Duty factory downpipe clamp, that works fine. Had to fab up downpipe. This is a 3-inch downpipe. Don't let it scare you guys. This turbo is responsive. It does pretty good towing. I towed a very heavy gooseneck horse trailer over the weekend, and it did great. That's kind of why, for time's sake, that was actually my deadline. I had to tow my girlfriend's horse and her friend's horse to a horse show over the weekend in Connecticut, Four-Town Fair. So that was kind of like, I set a deadline. Hey, it's got to be run by the weekend. Before that, hopefully. But yeah, it's done. I'm trying to think what else I should mention to you guys. For the downpipe, like I said, I fabbed the whole downpipe up. It's very tedious stuff. I don't have time to record it. Like I said, for time's sake, I didn't really show you guys any of that crap. I know, obviously, the video would be a little better if I did show it, but I couldn't, so it is what it is. The downpipe, fabbed it up, like I said, 3-inch. And then I use actually probably a 12-inch, 15-inch section of flexible exhaust, like what they use on big rigs and stuff. 3-inch so I didn't have to fab up the downpipe in a solid piece. I actually just slipped that piece of 3-inch in there, clamped it to the, from the original exhaust to the downpipe I built. I just filled in that with flexible 3-inch exhaust tubing. And it works good. It doesn't leak or nothing. Truck, kind of give you guys, see what we got for time. It's almost 8 minutes in this video. I want to keep it short so it posts fast. Expectations when you do a S300 turbo. The truck actually got a little quieter, believe it or not. At idle and stuff. Cruising, it's about the same. Ripping on it, it's about the same. But idle, it's quieter. The turbo, I don't know if it's just because the housing's tighter. The wheel, I think the wheel's about the same size as the factory turbine wheel was. But it's not going to be some great big bad whistle. So don't expect this turbo to sound like some, Chinese KC turbo or whatever. It sounds I'm not one for sound. I want this thing to make power. I don't really care if the turbo doesn't whistle as loud. So it doesn't really matter to me. I just want a good turbo for what I'm doing for my horsepower. And this truck should be, it's got 370,000 miles on it. I don't expect it to make a lot of power. But I would say it's probably, the truck was probably a healthy 400 to the wheels with the stock turbo, no intercooler. Intercooler obviously is more so for intake air temps, give you a little bit of break on EGTs, stuff like that. But you can definitely tell in the colder, like you get the truck out on a crisp morning, and it runs really good. You can tell the cold air really boosts the low end torque and the spool time and stuff like that. But it was probably a healthy 400 with the 230 100s fuel system, Dan Kropanak tunes, exhaust. I got an MB, which they're out of business now. MB 17 degree high pressure oil pump. They're out of business, but mine still works good. So like I said, it's probably. I'm gonna assume if it's just shy, or it's probably 500 wheel horsepower right now. It's just got a cheap $350 eBay ceramic single disc clutch. So on like the number 6 tune, if you load it hard in fifth, it slips. So you know, I didn't expect it to hold. You know, it is what it is. I'm one to try out cheap stuff and see how it works. And this clutch so far, it's okay. I think it's getting really noisy. I think all my noises are coming from the clutch. But what are you gonna do? It's $350, $400 clutch. But yeah, that about wraps it up. If you guys have any questions or anything you want me to go over, or, just drop a comment, and please like, subscribe, tell your friends. Since this is a pretty popular content creator, I'll probably stick to this truck. I'll be taking the C10 to the drag strip here soon before New England Dragway closes for the year, hopefully. So there'll be some more videos of that and stuff. Hoping to do a high 10, who knows, but I'll get a driving video up for you guys too on this turbo and see how like spool time and all that stuff. So yeah, so for now, that's it.